Good evening from Fox Valley Lutheran High School, and welcome into our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream high school game of the week. It's FVL and Wrightstown tonight. BJ DeGroat alongside Zach Morris, and Zach, kind of a historic night potentially on tap here for FVL. They have a score that may set the all-time record for most points here at Fox Valley Lutheran, and they have a chance to grab a share of a conference title. That would be the first time since 2004-05.
Yeah, what else you need for motivation coming into tonight if you're the Foxes, where you can have a big scoring night, a historic night, and to win a conference that hasn't happened, as you mentioned, in quite a while.
Yeah, and it's interesting that it comes against a Wrightstown team that has owned this conference for the last 3 years, defending conference championships 3 years. They go to state last year, a game that we had on the score radio side of things at Oshkosh Arena. It's Corey Hayes' coach team. You know they're going to come in with a lot of fight.
Of course. Yeah, you look at the record, well, maybe there's some struggles. Well, a young team, this is what you get when you lose a lot of leadership. And we're going to find out how they respond against a very tough Fox team. So I'm anxious to see how they do look, even though with everything on the line, because everyone goes to the playoffs. So it's all about improving up to those last few weeks before the start of the postseason.
Yeah, those steps on how they take it. I wouldn't want to see Wrightstown, knowing their history, heading into the playoffs. They lost a boatload of scoring, as you said. We'll see how they attack Josiah Butler on the defensive end as well. But we've got a good one in store tonight, as it's Fox Valley Lutheran and Wrightstown, potentially a historic night coming up on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. We'll have more of the pregame show after this quick break. We'll visit with both head coaches coming up next right here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
Welcome back into the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. Our pregame show continues and visiting with head coach of the Fox Valley Lutheran Foxes, Jay Wendland. And, Coach, kind of a big night tonight, to put it lightly. There's a lot of things on the line, potential share of a conference championship, Josiah's record. What's been the mentality since we last spoke last week?
I think for us, it's just we want to build for the playoffs, and we know that there's a cool team goal that sits out there before us tonight. With a win, we can at least claim a share of the conference championship, and also an awesome individual accomplishment that sits out there for Josiah to become the all-time leading scorer, just 7 points away from that mark.
You mentioned the playoffs. How much is that on the chatter at practice? How much is that on the guy's mind?
I think right now it's the conference that is our focus, and tonight being Wrightstown, we know that they're going to give us a battle. They're going to work extremely hard defensively. They're going to work that ball offensively, and they're going to get great shots every single time down the court.
Year two for you. I can't remember if I asked this to you last week at Little Shoot, but did you envision this point at all when you took over?
I guess I wasn't quite sure. We knew that we took a step forward last year. Our seniors on last year's team really set the tone from a practice standpoint, game preparation standpoint, and we knew that we just want to take another step forward this year, and I believe that we have.
I believe it was Lohberger with the big game last game you guys met. I know it was a while ago, 21 points. It feels like anybody. I know it's so centered around Josiah offensively, but it feels like any of those supporting cast can hit for you on any given night.
They've definitely all taken their turns throughout the course of the year, and so Josiah does a fantastic job of just bringing a crowd, and he also does a great job of finding the open teammate. And so he leads our team in scoring. He leads our team in assists. Just been a fantastic player for us.
Wrightstown has been a team here recently that has had quite a bit of success in conference play, kind of flipped this year with you guys on top. They're figuring things out after a really successful run last year. When you kind of step back and look at the conference as a whole, knowing their success and knowing their tradition, that has to be on the back of the mind going into this one tonight.
Definitely, and that's where we know they are always going to give maximum effort. They're always going to be fantastic defensively, and for them, throughout the course of the season, it's just been when have they hit those shots. And so, but we know that they're going to leave everything out on the court, and which means it's just going to be a battle tonight.
defensively for you guys tonight? What are some keys that you're looking for your squad?
For us, we really have to be great off the ball. They set so many screens off the ball, and we just can't lose track of Spees. He's a great shooter. He's been their leading scorer all year long, and so he didn't play the first time that we faced him, and so that'll be a different look for us tonight.
When you talk about off-ball defense, obviously seeing that defender, but also tracking your guy that you're on, that can prevent a little bit of an issue for guys as far as locating where the ball is and where a man is, right?
It definitely is, and they'd like to take advantage of those situations on taking a guy off the dribble and knowing that the help side maybe isn't there. And so we have to make sure that we're seeing everything in front of us and communicating through every single action that's there.
Coach, appreciate your time. Go get them.
Hey, thank you so much.
Head coach Jay Wendland with the Fox Valley Lutheran Foxes. We'll be back with more on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream after this.
I'm Julia Clemmy. I'm a member relationship officer. When it comes to auto loans, I like to explain to the members how the process works so that they understand how to do electronic signing, how they're going to pick up the check, where the deposit is going to come from. I can put it into a slower gear for a first-time borrower, put it into overdrive for a borrower that's borrowed many times, and they can have a check within the hour. We help make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Welcome back into the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream high school game of the week, and we get set for Wrightstown and FVL and visiting with Tigers head coach Corey Hayes. And Coach, coming into this one, last year the deep run, we had you at state. This year, rebuild. The win total doesn't stand out from last year, but take us through how this year has gone for you guys.
Well, it's kind of night and day, actually. But we lost a lot of good kids that played a lot of basketball the last couple of years due to graduation, and we had one kid coming back this year with any type of experience in Jake Van Zeelen, and other than that, nobody had any varsity experience, and we lack a little size and we lack a little quickness, and we're having a hard time putting the basketball in the hole. So it's been a challenge. We're just trying to go out there and compete every possession and do the best we can do.
From the start of the year, what have you been most happy about in the progression throughout the year from a growth standpoint? Maybe not this year. I know the tournament's still around the corner, so you still make noise there. But what from your perspective, from your basketball eyes, you've been around a long time. What have you seen from a growth perspective?
Just the fight. The kids come into practice every day, regardless of what happens, and we really try and teach the life skill of just focusing and forgetting. Not everything good's going to happen all the time, and we just have to live in the moment, live in the now, and our kids have been doing that. They've been preparing mentally and physically each game to the best of their abilities.
Filing some things away in order to grow maybe during the summer and into next year, right?
Oh, definitely, and it's fun watching our younger kids play too. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. This year, just the win-loss record doesn't look all that great, but it's still a lot of fun.
Mentality this week, or going into this one this week for FEL, what has been the message in practice? What have the guys been like?
The guys have been good. The first time we played them, we got down 19-0. In the first 7.5 minutes of the game, we didn't score a basket, and we ended up losing by 11. So we had some fight. We had a few kids out that game too, but we had some fight and we battled, and it's not rocket science. We know what they're going to do. They probably know what we're going to do, and it's just a matter if we can somehow contain them. They spread the floor so well, and they shoot it so well. So it's hard just to put a stamp on. We got to stop this, got to stop that, because they put a lot of pressure points on you all over.
I know we've got great guys around the conference. One of them tonight in Josiah. Defensively for you guys, do you try something different, or do you stick to the principles defensively? Do you go box and what? Do you try something different like that?
We've done some of that recently, but it's hard to zone these guys at all because they all shoot it so well. They have 4 guys on the court that can just flat out stroke it. It's almost to the point where, well, let Josiah get his 40 or 50 and see if we can contain everybody else from knocking down wide open threes, because you throw a double team or you go to help a little too much on Josiah and he kicks it out and they're wide open, and these guys just stand in the corners and wait to jack.
Offensive for you guys, how do you open up that basket? How do you crank it open? How do you get going early? Is it looks inside? Is it just a couple of shots knocked down from the outside?
Oh yeah, that's a question we've been asking all year. How do we open it up? You saw our percentages online probably, but it's just a confidence thing. In practice, you know, maybe it's because we're going against ourselves all the time, but we can look pretty decent. We get to games and, you know, the wide open threes are bricks and stuff like that. And, you know, it's contagious, though. If we get a few to fall and get some things going on, we're hoping to put some little pressure on them.
As far as on the defensive end, I know we talked about Josiah. What do you do against the other guys? I know the focus has to be on Josiah, but limiting the other guys, like you said, who could go off. How do you adjust if one of those guys start to go off?
Yeah, you know, it's typical, you know, higher level basketball. It's hard to help off the corner. You can't help off the corner, and it's a natural instinct when the ball's coming right at you to go and help, because once you help, it's a pitch out for an easy kick out three, and we're going to try and take that away. And make them hit mid-range jumpers, stuff like that. And, you know, as far as adjustments, it's just all about, you know, we're going to really focus on having some active arms and scrambling and flying around the court and see what we can do.
Coach, appreciate your time. Go get them tonight.
Hey, thanks, BJ.
Head coach Corey Hayes with the Wrightstown Tigers. We'll have more of the pregame show coming up right here on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
As our students become young adults and follow their own unique paths, they all still have one thing in common: the need for banking to keep up with the pace of their lives. Our online account opening and integrated mobile services are designed with that in mind. And a $200 bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account makes East Wisconsin Savings Bank perfect for the next step in life.
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
And welcome back to Fox Valley Lutheran High School. BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you this evening for the Wrightstown Tigers and the Fox Valley Lutheran Foxes. You heard our coaches' interviews moments ago. Big thanks to Coach Corey Hayes and Jay Wendland with Wrightstown and FVL respectfully. And Zach, we've done a handful of games here in the last couple of years, and you just get the sense that something big potentially on the way tonight with a potential share, like we talked about at the top of the conference, or at the top of the broadcast with the conference title. They can win at least a share of it. I think they have bigger things on their mind as FEL. But again, Josiah Butler, chance to become the all-time leading scorer. It's a pretty big deal.
Well, especially for Butler. I mean, this is a situation you dream of where once you're a starter, how many points can I score? And if you can have your name down in history, that is your goal, and he has a great chance of achieving that tonight. And far as you mentioned the conference, this school wants the conference. I mean, they can put it to the side. Well, we got to think more deeper for a playoff run, but it is so difficult for where they were a couple of years ago. It has been quite a great turnaround for this program.
And just year two for Coach Jay Wendland, which is very impressive. It helps when you've got a D2 college athlete and a player like Josiah Butler. That 04-05 conference title, that was back when it was the Valley 8, if you remember way back then in 04-05. As for Wrightstown, looking to play spoiler tonight. And for a team that has run this conference over the last 3 years and been competitive really since Coach Corey Hayes took over and started to formulate that program. Maybe a little bit of a rebuilding year, but certainly playoffs on their mind, and who knows, they could play spoiler in a couple of weeks.
And that's the big thing, too, where you have a team that, even a lot of players that weren't their main contributors, they still have been exposed to talent where in these game situations or playoffs.
Tonight's anthem will be performed by the FBL Pep Band under the direction of Mr. James Neuer.
So we'll take a listen to the national anthem here from the Pep Band, and then we'll have our starting lineups coming up. Pep band with the national anthem here at Fox Valley Lutheran High School as we get set for toss and tip of Wrightstown and Fox Valley Lutheran. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the Tigers out of Wrightstown, 6-15 on the year, 4-11 here in the Northeastern Conference under head coach Corey Hayes. And again, champions the last 3 years, currently sit in 7th in the Northeastern Conference. Jake Van Zeelen, he was there a year ago when that team went to state in the state semifinal at Oshkosh Arena, the 6-foot senior. And then 4 juniors, Jack Harmon, Keegan Spees, who missed the first meeting between these two teams. That was a 60-49 win for Fox Valley Lutheran out in Wrightstown. Lewandowski and Bowsley, the junior, round out the starting lineup for Wrightstown. As for Fox Valley Lutheran, second-year head coach Jay Wendland has his Foxes 17-3 on the year, 14-1 in the Northeastern Conference. And we are awaiting the update from WisSports.net in their coaches poll for Division II. We'll see if the Foxes can sneak into the top 10 according to coaches at WisSports.net. Starts with 6'3" senior Josiah Butler, 24.5 points per game. Drew Mears, the 6-foot senior guard. Isaac Knoll, Jackson Pappendorf, and Adam Lohberger, the 6'3" talented sophomore. 10 points, nearly 5 boards a game for Lohberger. He had a big game the last time these two teams met, 21 points and 7 rebounds. Again, that was a 60-49 win back on January 11th. Fox Valley Lutheran on Thursday knocked off Little Chute, a game we had on the score. Josiah Butler, 15 points in that one. Nick Krafsing, 8 points, 12 boards in a 44-39 win at Little Chute last Thursday. Wrightstown coming off a tough double overtime loss on the road against Sheboygan Falls. That game actually played at Manitowoc Roncalli. That was part of a late season tournament at Manitowoc Roncalli. Fresh 18 on the clock. You see Fox Valley Lutheran in the home whites with the maroon and black lettering and trim. Traveling blues for Wrightstown. White and a little bit of black around those numbers, lettering and trim. And the tap controlled by the Foxes. Here's Butler, 7 away. Could it be 4? Nope, in and out. 7 away from taking over the all-time scoring mark from Tim Maddock. He did that from 1974 to 1977. On a drive, first shot from Wrightstown is empty. And we go the other way. They have had a tough time putting the ball in the hoop. 37% from the floor, just 25% from deep. First touch for Krafsink inside. He'll go to work. Here's Butler. Oh, look at that move with the right hand and the finish. Josiah Butler 4 away.
Well, you can tell Butler wants to get that record out of the way. The 2 shot attempts. First one didn't work, but that second one worked perfectly.
Inside, and the shot no good. That one from Spees. Goes the other way to FEL. Butler. Yes, sir. Oh, you think he wants it? First 5, all Butlers, and he's a bucket away. Van Zeelen, gets by Butler and finishes on the baseline. Jake Van Zeelen to the cup.
Once you get 2 points on the board, it makes it a little bit easier for the rest of the game.
And a carry on Butler. He turns it over. First turnover tonight for the Foxes. They don't turn it over a whole lot, Zach. Under 10 a game. They're actually at 8.8 if you crunch the numbers. That's pretty good.
Well, I think at that moment he was just thinking of what the next basket could have been.
Right. Here's a 3 on the left side. Spees no good there. Good hedge by the Wrightstown defense. Krafsink inside, and it's out of bounds on the baseline. Your officials tonight, Tim Harkey Brett Kramer and Paul Natsky. St. Cloud, both of those D2 schools. Wrightstown trying to peel the lid off. Here's a three on the right side. Herman, a little too strong.
Yeah, with two uncharacteristic turnovers for the Foxes, that was an opportunity for the Tigers to get right back in this.
Butler left it short, and the rebound to Wrightstown. Spees, a little hesitation. Oh, a little step through. Yeah, I thought it was a travel. One too many on the Euro. That was the Euro step.
You have to try to squeeze it a little bit longer than you need to in that extra step, but didn't work out there for him.
Lohberger. Here's Kraftsink. Puts it on the deck to the rim. Can't get it to go. Loose ball. He's got it. Oh, rejected inside by Spees. Tracked down by Lewandowski. Bowsley. Lewandowski. Back over to Bowsley. On a cut. Lewandowski inside, and he draws the foul. Josh Lewandowski, 6'1" junior, will head to the stripe. That's the first on Kraftsink, first foul here tonight.
Well, the defense of the Tigers have been given the chance on offense, be able to just give them some energy, just knowing that this game is still within grasp early on.
Lewandowski gets the first. Marshall Ettinger, Eli Stenzel, and Owen Ratkowski into the ball game. Drew Mears checks in for check that, Mears is in the starting lineup, no substitutions for FEL. 5-4 after the made free throw. Inside, but a late whistle. It'll go on Kraftsink, his first. Check that, that'll go on Lewandowski. Kraftsink will go to the line. Kraftsink on the year. Just over 5 a game as he leaves the first one short. 5 boards as well to go along with about assist and a half per game. And he splashes home the second. 2-point lead for the Foxes. Oh, driving in and finishing off the bench, Owen Ratkowski. Beautiful bucket inside. We're tied at 6.
It's a great job of the Tigers. Even though they were down early on, they just never gave up in their defense, just playing inspiring basketball.
Yeah, Van Zeelen with some heavy ball pressure, and he's called for the bump on Butler's drive. That's the second team foul. That'll go on Ettinger, his first. Kraftsink looking for some help. Has it with Pappendorf. Kraftsink will rotate it to the other side. Lohberger thought about the three. Oh, no look inside. Kraftsink raked across the arms, and he'll head back to the stripe. Van Zeelen's first, team's third. And Nick Kraftsink back to the line, 55.8% from the stripe. Coming into this one, gets the first to go. And hits both.
We'll increase those percentages.
3 for 4 tonight so far. Yeah, you do the math, 75%. That should go up from 55. Van Zeelen on a drive, and Butler will get whistled for the foul on the baseline. It'll be the second on the Foxes, his first. 2-point lead for FEL here at home.
And Wrightstown's doing a great job surviving that initial surge by the Foxes.
Yeah, Butler with 5 quick points early. He's 2 away from setting the all-time scoring mark. That's Isaac Knoll back in, or checking in for the first time for FEL. Wrightstown offense has been patient early on. Radkowski. Oh, tried to squeeze it in. Van Zeeland inside. It's taken away. Here's Butler on the other end. He'll tee up a 3 left side and knock it home. There it is. The all-time scoring mark for Wrightstown. Give him 8 tonight. He's now got 1,262 points in his career here at FEL. Inside, oh, good by Ettinger, and a rebound to FEL. Butler to the corner. Knoll! But it's tracked down by Butler. Butler baseline and bumped in to Jake Van Zeeland.
That bump seemed like a frustration foul, just knowing that they had a chance to get out of this possession.
That'll be Van Zeeland's second. And I think we'll have a moment here for Josiah Butler, who has become the all-time leading scorer. And he'll get the game ball, make his way out. PA announcer, get a picture, stop the game momentarily. A record that stood since 1977. Went 3 years, 1974 to 1977. Tim Maddock, the all-time leading scorer up until this point, 1,260 points. And it was a 3 off the left wing from Josiah Butler to give him 8 for the night, and currently 1,262 points. And it was pretty cool to be here for that.
3-point ball is the way you want to get that record, other than a slam dunk. I mean, that would have been the other big way to, to get the record.
That would have put the frosting on the cake. Inside, Knoll. Long jumper, and Knoll gets it back and knocks it down. 13-6. 7-0 run here from FEL.
So the Tigers were able to withstand that first run. Now can they do it again?
On a handoff, Stenzel travels with it, and we'll have Drew Mears back into the ballgame. Spees returns for Wrightstown. Sean Kavanaugh also in for the Tigers. And a little full court pressure here from Wrightstown. It's a little bit of pesky backcourt pressure. Mixing things up. Lob inside off the hands of Kraftsink. Delivery too high from Lohberger. Wrightstown into the offense and a turnover by Kavanaugh. So you're looking at about half the turnovers for Wrightstown offensively, and, or I should say for FEL. Wrightstown just over 15 a game. That'll be big to watch tonight. Can they limit those? And a couple of unforced errors on the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, it's a tough break right after the Foxes go on a run. You're just unable to get points on the board. The quickest way to stop a run.
And you get a turnover defensively. Get a stop, but then you turn it back over. Butler, again from out beyond the three-point line. Lohberger traps it and tracks it down right to the cup and lays it in. Jackson Pappendorf. Check that, Adam Lohberger with the bucket. Timeout on the floor for head coach Corey Hayes. And it'll be a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 15-6 the lead for the Foxes. Here in the first half. More coming up. This is the Fox Communities Credit Union Video Stream High School Game of the Week.
What is the mark of a true builder? At Myron Construction, we believe it's in the details. It's the strong sense of commitment to the people and places in which we work. The more than 100 years of experience we bring to every project site. It's our labor force, 1,200 strong. Our investment in cutting-edge equipment and technology, and our commitment to exceeding expectations. Most of all, it's our passion for bringing dreams to life. This is building excellence.
Welcome back to Fox Valley Lutheran High School, and winter sports season is always exciting at Fox Valley Lutheran High School of Appleton. We're proud to support our Foxes. FVL offers a tradition of excellence, caring teachers, timeless truth, and a state-of-the-art facility make FVL an outstanding choice for those important high school years. Find out more about Fox Valley Lutheran High School. Call 739-4441. That's 739-4441. Or look us up on the web, fvlhs.org. Early lead here for the Foxes, and some history already. Josiah Butler, now the all-time leading scorer. There's a turnover on the Tigers.
The last possession for the Tigers on defense kind of showed what their season has played like. Great situation to get out of the possession, no points. We're just unable to get the rebound that hits the arm of a defender, unable to hold on to the rebound. 2 points for the Foxes.
Lohberger, here's Reagan Walker into the ball game for the first time. Butler, a little hesitation, finishes with the left hand. A little bit of everything on display early here tonight. Couple of threes, couple of buckets. Inside, Spees driving, hanging with the left hand. Can't get it to go, but Spees will head to the stripe. Keegan Spees, 6'3" junior, leading scorer on this Tigers team. 81, almost 82% from the stripe. It's the first one to go. Andrew Bosley. Lightsky in as well for Wrightstown, and we'll also see Owen Ratkowski back in for the Tigers.
And those are two big free throws because now you're back within 10 for the Tigers, and they have to feel a lot more confident knowing that you're just being back in the single digits that fast.
Butler with the bucket inside. Butler already up to 12 tonight. Again, he averages 24.5 per game, and it's FEL by 11. Ettinger, near side to Lightsky. Knocked away, Mears will scoop it up. He'll finish on the other end. No, missed it, but the follow is good. Adam Lohberger. Good hustle by the sophomore.
Now, this is the run you want to stop if you're Wrightstown. This is starting to get out of hand.
Turned over inside. Mears takes it away. Crossover. Lohberger, left side three. Rattles it home. Lohberger with 7. Another timeout for head coach Corey Hayes. And the Tigers, 24-8. FVL out of the gates. They've got the lead here in the first half on our Fox Communities Credit Union Video Stream High School Game of the Week.
Wisconsin Savings Bank.
back to Fox Valley Lutheran High School. It is the Foxes with the lead here early in this first half. I guess I could say probably at the midway point of this first half. 9:21 to go. Just over halfway through. And it's 24-8. Wrightstown trailing, but with possession here. They've had a couple of empty looks here on the last few possessions. See if they take care of the ball and get a look inside. Maybe free Spees up.
Just try to chip away at the 16-point lead.
There's Spees inside. Oh, they'll wipe it away. Foul coming as Mears put a couple of hands on Spees' back. We'll go on Mears, his second, team's fourth. Lob comes in, Van Zeelen out near center circle, checked up by Josiah Butler. It's a touch for Riley Dinney. Has it at the top of the key. Gives away to Lewandowski. Jack Herman inside. And they'll reset. Lewandowski. This is where we've seen Wrightstown be patient offensively.
Well, they're running their screens and sets. It's just unable to find an opening on this Fox's defense. It just shows you how disciplined Fox Valley Lutheran is on defense.
Good ball reversal, lined up on the baseline. Offensive foul, a bit of a late whistle from the trail official, and they'll punch it the other way. Lewandowski extending the elbow. That's his second, team's fifth. And Everett Nowak into the ball game for the Foxes.
And that's what makes an offense struggle, is when you're going against a defense that just seems to be in the right spot for the whole possession, just unable to get anything towards the hoop.
Reagan Walker, here's Butler for three. You kidding me? Knocks it home from the outside. 15 for Butler. And the lead continues to increase for FVL. Stay on this end with the Tigers.
Perfect example. You had the cutter trying to extend for the ball, but Butler was just one step ahead of him to get that deflection.
Inside, here's Spees trying to clear a little room. Goes glass and got it to go. Keegan Spees. He's got four, a couple of free throws as well. And that stops the bleeding a little bit here for Wrightstown. See if they can dig in defensively.
Yeah, the way I keep the Band-Aid on is just getting a stop.
Butler on the drive. They'll wipe it away. Contact coming from Riley Dinney. It did look like at the end that Butler got away maybe with a little bit of hook offensively. But the foul coming before. Knoll will take an exit and take a seat. We'll see Connor Krieger in for FVL. And Jackson Nelson. First time we're seeing Jackson, 6'2" junior, in for Wrightstown. Pappendorf, the lefty. They'll work it here to the near side. Walker, and now into the hands of Butler. Plenty of attention there. A couple of defenders for the Tigers. Oh, spinning inside, going glass. No, but the tip in from Krieger is good. On the other end, shot off the mark by Dinney, and it's cleared away by FVL.
See, teams that lead their conference, like the Foxes, are really great against the offensive boards. They didn't get that one, but they've been getting several throughout this game, and that's been the big difference.
Herman gives to a wide open Van Zeelen. That's off the mark. Van Zeelen, though, picks up his own rebound. Driving inside, counted, and a foul. Jake Van Zeelen, the senior, scoops up his own miss, puts it in, and will head to the stripe.
That's why no matter how far back you are shooting three-pointers, just run after, because likely your defender is more focused on the ball, not thinking you're going to crash the board.
Zach, what if it comes off the hands so good, so pure, and you think it's going in?
When you think it does, it doesn't. At least in my history with three-pointers. If it feels good, it doesn't mean it's going in. Need to get those rebounds.
Radkowski back in for Wrightstown as Van Zeelen converts the three-point play.
Or perhaps he felt it was a very bad shot and he knew.
You'll have those from time to time, ones that don't come off the fingertips the right way and you just know. Lohberger, quick trigger three, he left it short. And a rebound inside to Nelson on the other end. Ooh, Van Zeelen nearly traveled. Got rid of it, though. Near side, Spees. Couldn't get quite free to get it off from Butler. Oh, nice cut inside, Spees on the baseline. Oh, tricky finish by Keegan Spees. He's got 6.
Great bounce pass from our view. It looked like a very risky pass, knowing that Butler was right around the corner.
And I think that's what makes this Wrightstown offense tough at times on both ends, both operating in it as Butler jumps through the middle and lays it in. Is you get open in some pretty tight quarters, and if you can fit a pass in there, those cuts are in really good position. But again, it could lead to some risky deliveries. Spees open for 3, knocks it home. Keegan Spees as Wrightstown's offense starts to heat up here.
Yeah, and he's been a big cause of that, being able to get some nice baskets, a couple banks, and just doing a great job to keep the Tigers in this game.
Starting to loosen things up on that end for Wrightstown as we're under 5. Elbow jumper is pure from Butler. Knocks it in, and a quick timeout taken by head coach Jay Wendland and Fox Valley Lutheran. And we will pause momentarily as well. 33-18 here in the first half. Fox Valley Lutheran with the lead. And Fox Valley Lutheran's beautiful North Appleton campus is home to quality Christian education for all students, whether college-bound or interested in trades. Is tuition an issue? The Wisconsin Parental Choice Program and FEL tuition assistance application windows are open today. To find out more about these programs or FEL, give them a call, 739-4441. That's 739-4441, or visit us on the web at FELHS.org. Back to action, under 5 to go, first half. On 3 off the mark, and it's cleared away by Butler. Butler, oh, little hesitation. Little shimmy, little shake, and a lay-in is good. Quickly on the other end, Spees lets it fly. And Craftsing clears it away for FEL.
2 quick threes is not the great way to continue to fight in this game, but they are aware they need to make a couple of them because this firepower for the Foxes is just too lethal right now.
Inside, Lohberger, good position, misses the first, misses the second, and a reach-in on Van Zeelen will lead to a baseline inbounds here for, nope, check that, we'll be in the bonus here. That's the 7th team foul on Wrightstown. And just Ettinger back in for the Tigers, along with Andrew Bowsley.
And just a great job on the offensive boards, not giving up. 2 defenders were around him on both rebounds and just never gave up.
Bowsley returns and Lewandowski as well, so 3 substitutions here for the Tigers before Lohberger attempts a couple of bonus free throws. I say a couple, it could be one. In and out, and it was. Jinxed him.
Tough switch for Lohberger there because you got a couple of rebounds, but now missed 3 shots in a row.
Lewandowski got to the baseline, but tried to squeeze it out to Ettinger out of bounds. Jack Herman replaces Radkowski for the Tigers. And you look at what Wrightstown lost last year just from an experience standpoint. It was a team that went to state with just one loss on the year. They were loaded last year. It was a fun ride.
Well, it's hard to have a season like that with one loss, knowing that if you had a young team, you rarely see that. So you knew this was going to be a different year for the Tigers.
Threw it away. Isaac Knoll on the left side with the right hand lays it in.
I mean, basically, this is a role reversal for the last few seasons where Wrightstown is now near the bottom of the conference where you have the Foxes on top.
Lost his footing, did Herman. Foxes will pick it up. Knocked away inside, good hands defensively. Yeah, you look at the Northeastern Conference, at least most recently over the last 3 years, you can make an argument for longer than that, but conference champions going back the last 3 years, they have ruled the roost when it has come to conference play. Deep runs into the postseason, some battles with Xavier in the sectionals. Oh, 3 buried home. Jackson Pappendorf. His first points tonight.
And that's not even talking about Wrightstown's Olympian Conference days where they also would do pretty well in that conference.
Ettinger, he'll fire off a 3 and bury it home.
Once you get a couple of those long threes, you start to feel confident. Maybe that's what the Tigers need.
Yeah, we saw that. They were stuck on 8 for a while there, but then the lid opened up. They started to get good looks offensively. Stop turning the ball over. Knoll in and out. And Kraftsink all over the back of Bosley. That'll be the 6th team foul on the Foxes. Should be the second on Kraftsink, and is indeed the case as Reagan Walker will replace Nick. A couple of fouls for Nick. We'll see if he sees the floor here over the last 2:03 of this first half. So fireworks early from Josiah Butler. He's already got 21. Needed 7 to become the all-time leading scorer in FPL history. On a drive, Ettinger cut off. Got that pretty quickly. Triple early, a bucket, and all he needed was one more as Ettinger lost his footing and then lost possession out of bounds. Lightsky back in, as well as Sean Kavanaugh.
For the Tigers, you want to do anything you can just to avoid a 20-point deficit going into halftime and just hope you get hot to start the second half.
Yeah, boatload of time left. You mentioned that second half. See how they close here the last 90 seconds of the first. Butler. Double comes off the ball screen. Yeah, they're blitzing the ball screens with Butler. Trying to get it out of his hands. He'll go the other way. Turn around, fade away. And he gets the friendly roll. 23 for Butler here in the first half. Kavanaugh, and they'll reverse it to the far side. Ettinger. Lightsky, long 3 straight on. And tracked down in the corner.
Well, for Butler, you don't become your school leading scorer without a few big first halves.
That's true. Oh, crossover down the lane, hanging. Pappendorf can't get it with the left. Lewandowski breaks the pressure. Tigers back into their offense. Hands off, 3, Ettinger. Off the mark left. And Butler clears away. Final shot here, they'll clear out for Josiah. Butler with 4. Step back, deep 3. Off the mark to the left, and that's how we end the first half. Fox Valley Lutheran out of the gates. It was Josiah Butler early and often. He becomes the all-time leading scorer and has 23 points at the half sack Fox Valley Lutheran doubling up Wrightstown right now, 42-21.
Yeah, just the perfect half if you're the Foxes being able to execute your offense. Was a little questionable early on, but you knew what they were trying to do to make sure Butler gets that record early on so they can focus on the game. But once they got their offense rolling and got the record, I mean, they've just taken it to a whole nother level, getting multiple offensive rebounds, which has done a great job to keep these runs going. I mean, a lot of second chance points, and that's been the problem for the Tigers, being unable to stop this run, the two major runs in this game, and just struggling offensively, which has been a problem all season long. But we're seeing some looks and some of the build on towards the second half.
Yeah, sometimes, as we talked with Corey Hayes in the pregame show for Wrightstown, it's one of those things. How do you attack Fox Valley Lutheran defensively with Josiah? Do you let him go for 40 and try to shut everybody else down? He's got 23. Adam Lohberger with 7. The rest is relatively spread around. They're going to have to find an answer for Josiah Butler in the second half if they want to try to make a comeback here on the road and spoil what could be a potential at least share of a conference title for FVL for the first time since 04-05 in that season. So at the half, 42-21 on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream high school game of the week. We'll take a break, take a look at some of the statistics, standings from around the Northeastern Conference as well. What's coming up on the video stream and the schedule for both of these teams here down the stretch as well. That's all coming up here at the half. Again, 42-21, Fox Valley Lutheran on top of Wrightstown in the first 18 minutes. We'll be back with more after this on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
I'm Adam Landsver, and I am the Chief Lending Officer at Fox Communities Credit Union. Home values have really skyrocketed, and it would just make sense that now would be the time to take a look at your home equity. Having a home equity line in place will always be there for you in case of the rainy day, or you want to start up that business, or purchase that car that you never thought was going to come for sale. To be able to have that security blanket is really critical in someone's life cycle.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
The projects we construct afford us the opportunity to help those in need in more ways than one. And the momentum we create as a team allows us to make an impact greater than any one of us can achieve on our own. We are part of the community. We are where we live. We are Myron Construction.
As our students become young adults and follow their own unique paths, they all still have one thing in common: the need for banking to keep up with the pace of their lives. Our online account opening and integrated mobile services are designed with that in mind. And a $200 bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account makes East Wisconsin Savings Bank perfect for the next step in life.
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
right, welcome back into Fox Valley Lutheran High School, 42-21. The Foxes doubling up Wrightstown. Here after the first half, BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you this evening. Wouldn't be possible without our great sponsors, Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, Fox Valley Lutheran High School, and East Wisconsin Savings Bank. Taking a look at schedules for both of these teams coming up. I should say here are the last 10 for FVL. You see that 4-game winning streak. 6 out of their last 7 have been wins. They will head to Marinette on Friday. That's a 7 o'clock tip. And then next Monday, it's a non-conference tilt as FVL on the road at Appleton West for a 7 o'clock tip. Wrightstown, they'll welcome in Luxembourg Casco. Coach Thrun and his Spartan squad at 7 o'clock. And then Thursday, next week Thursday, they're on the road at Little Chute. Another 7 o'clock tip, and that will wrap up the regular season. Here's a look at Wrightstown's last 10. A couple of wins before that 4-game skid. Tough one on Saturday. Double overtime loss to Sheboygan Falls as part of that tournament. As we are back to action here in the second half.
And sometimes those losses are hard to shake off, knowing that you were that close for 2 overtimes to win that game.
Offensive reload, but it ends into the hands of Wrightstown. On a drive, Mears can't get it to go. Follow is good inside by Nick Kraftsink. He had 3 in the first half. All 3 of those coming from the charity stripe.
Well, each team doing a great job getting offensive boards, just the Foxes being able to put it back in.
Spees has it there, gives off to Bosley, excuse me. 9 for Spees. He led the way for Wrightstown in the first half on a drive. Bosley is fouled. They'll wipe away the bucket. That will go on Lohberger. 9 for Spees, 3 for Ettinger and Van Zeeland, and then 2 apiece for Lewandowski, Radkowski, and Herman. That was the scoring in the first half. Another quick foul. That'll go on Drew Mears, and that'll send Keegan Spears to the line. Say Spees to the line. Excuse me. My apologies, Keegan. Of course, Keegan not watching.
He's unaware, but
maybe on the replay.
He may not know, but he'll know.
That email inbox available at thescorewi.com if you want to send one my way. My apologies. So opening minute just over in. And Spees gets the second. Mears, here's Butler. Big first half for him, 23 in the first half. Baseline, whip it out. Lohberger, air ball. And a hold on the baseline will go on Herman.
Well, great passes. Lohberger just knew where Butler was. May have been a shot, but being able to extend the possession with the foul.
Those are one where you see Josiah make that move, and then the next thing you know, the ball's right at your numbers in the shooting zone. You don't realize how it got there. Lohberger, another try. He hits the deck, and it's cleared away by Spees.
When you're playing with a player, the talent of Butler being able to find the open player, you always have to be ready to catch that ball no matter what the speed.
Butler also 5 rebounds a game, almost 4 assists as well. Bosley for 3, good look. And ripped away by Mears. 2 teams battling out on the football side of things as well. Lohberger got free inside, and it's cleared away by Lewandowski. Van Zeeland up ahead, but Mears takes it away. 1 on 4, 1 on 5 now, and he'll back it out. (44-22) the lead for FVL. Win tonight will give them at least
a share of the conference title with a couple of games to go yet. Long three by Mears is tracked down in the corner by Butler. And they're 2 ahead right now of Freedom. Butler rejected inside. Spees thought it was clean. Looked pretty clean from up here. Granted, we're a ways away.
It doesn't take much contact to alter the shot and get the foul. So a lot of times hey, there's no way I did a foul. But when you are the ref, you can see that little contact just enough to alter everything. That's when you blow the whistle.
Butler to the stripe, misses his first. 77% coming into this one. Ettinger along with Kavanaugh and Eli Stenzel into the ball game for the Tigers.
We'll see what the fresh 5 can do.
Owen Radkowski also in for Wrightstown.
You know when you have one player come in the game, they go, hey, who are you covering? Oh, I'm covering 4. Well, when you change all 5, you have to think, hey, who am I covering now?
Eitenbrook, that was a little too hot inside. Here's Butler, good look at a 3. Back rim, Mears with the rebound. So a shift change here for Coach Hayes early on in this second half. Pappendorf, hesitation, got to his left hand, laid it in. The lefty knew what he had to do, got to the left hand, and a timeout taken by head coach Corey Hayes and the Tigers. 46-22 the lead for FVL. We'll take a break, back with more on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream here on thescorewi.com and the Score's YouTube channel.
As our students become young adults and follow their own unique paths, they all still have one thing in common: the need for banking to keep up with the pace of their lives. Our online account opening and integrated mobile services are designed with that in mind. And a $200 bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account makes East Wisconsin Savings Bank perfect for the next step in life.
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
(46-22) the lead for FVL. PJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you.
Either way.
This evening. If you paid attention during the open, you know what's going on there. Empty on the three-pointer from the outside. You radio guys and your radio names. Whenever I send emails out to ADs, every now and then I'll get a Saved by the Bell reference or mention.
We tend to get those one or two times throughout the year.
Usually it's in regards to additional security needed for you.
Well, I also want to know if you have extra visitors coming. No, it's just us two. No one else is arriving. No one else from Bayside.
Corner 3 in and out, no good from Ettinger. Good look, but inside. The offensive rebound and reload for Wrightstown. It's Shea Kavanaugh, the junior, with a bucket off the bench.
And that's to feel good for the Tigers, just being able to get something on the board in this half.
Inside, Kraftsink with a look. It's no good, but he's contacted and will head to the stripe. It'll go on Jason Eitenbrook, the 6'1 senior. That will send Nick Kraftsink to the stripe. 3 for him in the first half. All those coming from the line. Now 4 for 5 from the stripe. Isaac Knoll back in for FVL. As Pappendorf will take a seat. And second one comes up empty for Kraftsink.
So you look at the lead for the Foxes, you're up 23. And if you're the Tigers, you'd be amazed. You get a 10-0 run started. Then all of a sudden they have the confidence, you got the momentum, and that's all they have to find out. How can they get something to go their way?
Butler steps in front of Eitenbrook's pass. On the other end, coast to coast, Josiah Butler. His first points here in the second half. He's at his season average, 25. He averages 24. Catch and shoot 3 by Kavanaugh. And we'll get another shift change here for Coach Hayes. That original starting 5 back into the ball game. Van Zielen, Herman, Spies, Lewandowski, and Bosley. Lohberger, wide open 3, front rim no good.
There is a chance if the Tigers get something going. I mean, the offense has starting to sputter now for the Foxes.
Yeah, you want to kind of treat it in 3-4 minute spurts here. If you can chip away and, say cut 6 points off the deficit after 3, cut 12 off after 6, as that's the way to do it. Keegan Spies from outside. He's got 13 tonight to lead the way for Wrightstown. Confidence there from Spies. Inside, Lohberger. Good job defensively by Lewandowski.
And that was a shot that would fall in that first half for the Foxes.
Lewandowski getting there just in time. A little bit of contact. Bosley. Deep catch. Spinning, cut off on the baseline and shuffled that pivot foot. Maybe Lohberger got into his business a little bit.
Well,
as Lohberger will take a seat. Papendorf back in.
He initially had the advantage when he crossed, but when he held onto the ball a little bit longer, everything he had was lost. And he just forced himself to get open, and which led to the travel.
And gave Lohberger a little bit of time to recover. Long 3, Papendorf. Right there for the rebound is Van Zielen. Look to press and push. Give it out. 3 ball on the way. Herman off the mark. Bosley had a crack at it. Hits the deck. Butler. Hesitation. Baseline. Fadeaway. And got it to go. Boy, just when you think you're back and have him contained, he hits you with a little fadeaway.
Yeah, when you're in these deficits, you just have to make those open shots. When you have the opportunity, make them. Because it won't take too long for FEL to get going again offensively.
Van Zielen to the cup, had it knocked away. Here's Mears. With the left hand, lays it in. Drew Mears, his first points tonight. Three on the other end. Spies gets it to go. Keegan Spies, the junior, with the hot hand tonight, comes in averaging about 12. He's got 16. Butler, a spin right around Van Zielen. Oh, boy. Hit him with the spin cycle and a quick timeout for head coach Corey Hayes. 55-27. Gives us a chance to bring you this message from Fox Valley Lutheran. Winter sports season is always exciting at FEL. Here in Appleton, we're proud to support our Foxes. FEL offers a tradition of excellence, caring teachers, timeless truth, and a state-of-the-art facility make FEL an outstanding choice for those important high school years. To find out more about Fox Valley Lutheran High School, give them a call, 920-739-4441. That's 739-4441. Or check them out on the web, felhs.org. Thanks for Fox Valley Lutheran being a part of the broadcast tonight. Appreciate all of our sponsors here on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. As Isaac Knoll. Check that. That was Keegan Spies. My fault on that. Spies continues to be red hot. And they get a stop. Does Wrightstown defensively. Spies clears it away. Bosley. In the corner, skip it out. Herman. Has it on the left wing. See if we can get Keegan open for another look. He's hit a couple of back-to-back. He's got 19.
Well, this is an important possession here. You got to score, stop. Can you get another?
Yeah, they got it to him. You don't mind that look. He's hit the last 2. Knoll He'll rattle home a triple.
The Tigers just can't get that third sequence to work. You get the points, you can't get the stop, but offensively, just not their perfect night. It's just struggling to be anything consistent from the three-point mark.
Jake Van Zielen, a touch. Ratkowski. Catch and shoot three by Spees. Offensive rebound. Bosley inside and a foul coming. Good job on the offensive glass. Little Windex work for Andrew Bosley. As Bosley rattles the first one. 77.8% on the year coming into this one. Ettinger into the ball game for Wrightstown. As Owen Ratkowski as well for the Tigers. As Bosley gets the second. Junior forward into the scoring book.
Right now for the Foxes, you just want to maintain this lead. You don't have to make every shot moving forward, but just be able to take time off the clock.
Pappendorf gets to that left hand, laid it in. Jackson Pappendorf with 7 tonight. Three on the way from the corner, in and out. And a foul gonna go on Jake Van Zielen. Nope. That'll go on Krieger.
Well, great job by Van Zielen, just
Yeah.
not giving up. And because of that hustle, he caused FEL to pick up a foul.
So Krieger will take a seat. Lohberger back in. As well as Eitenbrook for Wrightstown. Yeah, I suppose if that would have gone against Van Zielen, Coach Hayes would have been off the bench. Off the back of Eitenbrook and a turnover for Wrightstown.
Off the back to go over and back.
(60-34) the lead for FEL. Look at their schedule down the stretch. A win here tonight would get them a share. As contact coming on Van Zielen. That'll be his second. Check that, it'll be his fourth. Mattis and Stenzel back in for the Tigers. Saw Mattis a little bit in that first half. There he is, guarding Knoll. Butler, deep three left wing, got it to go. First triple here in this second half. He had 3 in the first, and he's got 32 tonight for the Foxes.
Just one of those scoring nights where you have to decide what you want to do. You want to put multiple bodies on Butler, but then let the other cast members have a big night.
Mattis cut off and threw it out of bounds. Trying to get it to Lewandowski. That was actually Ratkowski who was trying to get it to. Nowak in for FEL as Isaac Knoll will take a seat. Hey, look at this FEL schedule down the stretch. A win here tonight gives them at the minimum, a share of a conference title. They've obviously got larger plans as Butler will pull the trigger off the dribble. Ratkowski clears it away. Mentioned that non-conference game next Monday. They're on the road at Marinette. And then O'Connell Falls here at home on senior night to close out the regular season. O'Connell Falls yet to win a game in conference play, and Marinette's just 3-12. So if you think you're feeling pretty good if you're Fox Valley Lutheran, get a taste of it here tonight and then finish things off, you would hope on Friday if you get a win on the road at Marinette. Having that 2-game lead over Freedom, there's a little bit of cushion here down the stretch.
Yeah, and it's still pretty remarkable to have a share at this point of the year where it's not going to come down to the last game of the regular season.
Well, 14 wins, 1 loss in conference play sure
That
help.
can do it.
Just 3 losses, the other 2 coming in non-conference action out in La Crosse. at the Midwest Players Classic back in early to mid-January. A couple of losses to DeForest and Onalaska. Oh, Pappendorf, crossover, leaves it off, and the bucket goes inside. Reagan Walker, his first bucket tonight.
See, a body fell. That it was loud up here. There was going to be a foul.
Nowak will be called for his second. It's the team's fifth. Jonas Schmitz into the game for FEL. Lohberger will take a seat. Off the inbounds. Oh, tough shot. May have gotten hit on the arm. Did Stenzo. No call. We go the other way. Butler threw it away out of bounds.
As a fan, you also have to be aware of those passes. It's one thing for the teammate when he's in the corner wide open, coming in at a high speed, but when you're in the stands and he's a little off the mark, just be prepared.
Lightsky checks in during that last dead ball for Wrightstown. Mattis. Radkowski. Baseline. Oh, beautiful leave inside for Eitenbrook. What a leave. Eitenbrook, all he had to do was finish. Beautiful move.
I mean, throughout this game, we've seen some great passes and some great offense from the Tigers. It's just about the next step of maintaining that consistency throughout the game.
Schmitz on the drive. That call coming on the floor. It'll go on Eitenbrook, his second. And Josiah Butler will take a seat. I would guess, Zach, with FEL leading 65-36, that's probably the last here with 5:23 left that we see of Josiah Butler. Pappendorf catch and shoot three. Follows his miss and turns it over. Mattis cuts in front. 32, up by almost 30. Probably deserve a little bit of a break, right?
I would think so. There's still some season games left. You might get a share of the title, but you want to get the full.
Yeah, sharing's no fun when it comes. I preach that at home with the kiddos.
Well, you still get T-shirts.
Not when it comes out of here, yeah. When it comes out, you don't like to share. Riley Denny in for Wrightstown.
Especially for the Foxes. I don't think they want to share knowing how hard they worked this season. And even the years leading up to this special run.
Go back to 04-05. Conference wasn't even around, didn't even exist. They were in the Valley 8.
And that's where you look at if you're a Wrightstown fan. Okay, a bad year. You don't want to feel discouraged because there has been flashes this year. And Fox Valley Lutheran showed it. If you just stick with the ideas of the offense and have a player or two start performing very well, you can get right back to where you were.
Three off the mark. Tapped out. Eitenbrook got a hand on it. Taken away. And reach in. Yeah. Reach in will go on Eli Stenzel. Oh, last bucket by Jonas Schmitz for FEL. Gives them a 67-36 lead. As Eitenbrook will take a seat. Yeah, I mean, if you're Wrightstown, you look at all the success that you've had for a number of years. Most recently, 3 straight conference championships. You go to the state tournament last year. As Becker hits the first.
Maintaining success is one of the hardest things in high school because you have every 4 years a new class that just went through. And to be able to keep, I mean, we've seen programs been able to do it, but you're talking about teams that have great coaching staffs and great programs all the way down to the Hoops Club level.
Smitch on the back of Denny. So they'll actually say it's a line violation, not a foul. Smith was all over the back of Denny. Nelson and Kavanaugh in for Wrightstown, seeing some subs both ways here late in this second half. Denny He'll fire a three and bury it home. Riley Denny, junior, knocks home from distance. And just too many turnovers in that run midway through the first quarter by Fox Valley Lutheran. Kind of flipped this one. Oh, giveaway here by FVL. Kavanaugh lays it in. Got it up and over Krieger, who's 6'7".
Seeing flashes on both the benches. You never know when the call may get in the playoffs, either an injury or foul trouble. Always have to be ready.
Maybe for Wrightstown next year, I mean, you have 4 juniors into the starting lineup, including Keegan Spees. We saw flashes out of him tonight, 19, including 3 triples in the second half. And reach in will go on Lightsky.
Well, and that's
so
why
you've got plenty to build on next year if you're Wrightstown. Again, Zach, you bring up a great point. Season is by no means over here, and that's not the narrative we want to go down, because look at the slate starts fresh when it comes to tournament time.
And we've seen it multiple times where teams that struggled in the regular season do get hot in the postseason, where you just feel that, okay, we're back to, you have those memories of last year. Okay, I want to do what those players were able to do and get an upset win or two, and you never know what could happen. And you know that coaching staff will do everything they can to get their players a shot to pull off an upset in the postseason.
Fergie checked in during that free throw attempt by Nowak, and Mattis tossed it away. Here's Becker. Schmidt's in the corner. And a travel, yeah, one too many steps after that jump
So
stop.
that was hesitation. He found his teammate open, but the pump fake probably wasn't necessary, which caused him to let go of his foot.
Driving to the tin. No good for Denny, but he draws the foul and will head to the charity stripe. A couple of free throws coming up for Riley Denny. No underclassmen on the roster this year for Coach Hayes. Of course, we know the tremendous amount of success his sons have had coming through. Playing ball at the next level as well. Usually when that happens, you have conference championships that stack up. In
Someone
their case,
will reach it to the next level.
For the last 3 years, a state tournament appearance a year ago. Inside the bucket, a tough bucket for Krieger. Inside, the foul coming on FVL. That will go on Jackson Becker and send Mason Mattis.
Mattis did a great job between 2 taller defenders, a pump fake, and then when he finally went for the attack, they just grabbed his arm, but a great job to have at least an opening.
Mattis gets the first. That was a lot of fun last year, given the situation with COVID and the split tournament venues between La Crosse and Oshkosh Arena, and the way the bracket shifted out, where Wrightstown ended up playing that semifinal game at Oshkosh Arena. Fan base showed out, sold out tickets.
Especially for teams that where Madison's a long trip, but to be able to have a chance to watch that state level close to home.
G League Arena as Becker knocks down the three. Jackson Becker on the other end. Quick trigger from Lightsky. And we'll have a held ball inside. Possession arrow will stay with FVL. Krieger has it ripped away inside. On the other end, Mattis, wide open three. And loose ball, foul coming on Becker, who collided into Kavanaugh's legs. And we'll have bonus free throws for Shea Kavanaugh. 4 tonight for the 5'11 junior. 2.7 a game off the bench. A board and an assist as well. Lefty gets it to go. And the second one is good as well. Becker going glass, and it's ripped away by Kavanaugh.
Players want to get in the scorebook, their opportunity.
Lightsky will pull the trigger. It's tracked down in the corner by Nowak. And he'll coast over center court. Throws it up to Schmitz, and Schmitz will give it back to Nowak, who will hold this one. And threw it to the official before the
So interesting,
horn.
BJ. You know, you're an official.
That was an NBA move. I thought the official did the right thing.
He initially shows a sign. It's out of bounds.
Jim Harkey, Brett Kramer, and Paul Natsky on the call, or on the crew tonight. Let's go out of bounds, horn sounds, and that was the NBA move. So you don't get the turnover, right?
That it was. Let's just go home.
73-47, your final tonight. As Fox Valley Lutheran, at least a share now of the Northeastern Conference title with the win. One more win will secure an outright title for the Foxes, and that will be their first title since the 04-05 season, back when it was the Valley 8 Conference. We'll take a quick break. We'll wrap things up after this. Once again, your final on our scoreboard tonight, 73-47, FVL over Wrightstown. Talk about Josiah Butler's big night and take a look at what's coming up on our video stream. Coming up next, right here on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Once again, your final as we welcome you back to Fox Valley Lutheran High School. The Foxes 73-47. They knock off Wrightstown. FEL now 18-3 on the year, 15-1 in Northeastern Conference play. They grabbed a share of the conference title tonight, and they'll have to wait a little bit here, Zach, until next week to grab that full share, as they've got I should say, no, they won't. They can actually take care of that on Friday. Just thinking about that Monday non-conference game coming up against Appleton West on the 21st. They can actually win it on the road up in Marinette on Friday night. Not an easy task, long travel, long trip up to Marinette, but a 7 o'clock tip, and they'll get a chance to take home the solo title again for the first time since 04-05.
Yeah, definitely nothing guaranteed to win, but having two chances, you feel pretty good being able to get one of the two.
As for Wrightstown, they'll head back home. Luxembourg Casco, 7 o'clock on Friday night for Wrightstown before wrapping things up on the road at Little Chute in the final regular season game. They're 6-16 on the year, and now 4-12 in conference play. We're done the rest of the week on our video stream side, but coming up next week, we mentioned FVL. We've got a tasty little non-conference tilt. Appleton West will welcome in the Foxes. We'll be at Appleton West High School. That pregame right around 6:45, tip-off scheduled for 7. We'll bring you that one from Appleton West, and because of the great technology, I can tell you that Jonathan Krause and Gary Brulowski will have the call for you there. As far as the rest of the week for Woodward Radio Group, that's part of what the video stream is part of. We'll be on the radio side with a girls game on Thursday. Kimberly is on the road at Appleton East. That should be a pretty good one. Appleton East coming off that loss last Friday to Hortonville, and we'll see how they rebound against the Kimberly squad, who's starting to get healthy at the right time of the year. That's a 7:30 tip. That'll be over on the Score, 95.3 and 99.1. And then Friday, a double dip on both Score and WHBY on the boys' side. Kimberly's on the road at Appleton North. Menasha in the Bay Conference will host Xavier. That should be a pretty good one on WHBY. I'll be on the call for Kimberly and Appleton North on the Score. Joey D will have the call for you over on WHBY Radio, 1150 on your radio dial. And pregame coverage at 6:30 on WHBY. Pregame for Kimberly and Appleton North at 7 o'clock on the Score on Friday night. And then the girls' brackets just released, so we'll have our plans for that on the radio side as regionals will crank up next week. Exciting time on the hardwood for hoops. So that will do it for us tonight. Again, wouldn't be possible without our great sponsors, including Fox Valley Lutheran High School. Fox Valley Lutheran's beautiful North Appleton campus is home to a quality Christian education for all students, whether college-bound or interested in trades. Is tuition an issue? Well, the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program and Fox Valley Lutheran Tuition Assistance application windows are now open today. Find out more about these programs or FVL. Contact us at 920-739-4441. And that's 920-739-4441. Or you can check out the website, fvlhs.org. That's fvlhs.org. Great sponsors, along with Fox Valley Lutheran, include Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, and East Wisconsin Savings Bank. For my broadcast partner tonight, Zach Morris, I'm BJ DeGroat, hoping you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday night and a great week ahead. Once again, your final, Fox Valley Lutheran 73, Wrightstown 47 on a night where Josiah Butler for FVL scores 32. He surpassed and then some the all-time scoring mark for Fox Valley Lutheran High School, passing Tim Maddock, who set it from 1974 to 1977. Needed 7 points to surpass Tim. Well, he took care of that very early. Finishes with 32. A big night for him. Big night for FVL. 73-47, your final. This has been a Woodward Radio Group presentation of high school basketball on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.